Although often overlooked by visitors to Sydney, the lovely coastal city of Wollongong is certainly worth visiting in its own right. Wedged in between the soaring cliffs and mountains of the Illawarra Escarpment and the glinting waters of the Tasman Sea, it boasts lots of beautiful surf beaches and spectacular natural scenery. While it is noted for both its heavy industry and busy port, New South Wales's third largest city also has a lively, youthful feel thanks to its sizable student population. In this video, we explore the best things to do in Wollongong. We've collected a list of the top things to do in Wollongong, so make sure to include them in your list if you're a visitor. At first in the list, number 1, Grand Pacific Drive. Winding its way along the coast from Sydney to Shoalhaven is one of the most scenic routes in all of Australia, the Grand Pacific Drive. An absolute treat to travel along, it takes you past wonderful beaches and steep coastal cliffs with stupendous scenery, nature and views wherever you go. Although it stretches 140 kilometers in total, the section from Sydney to Wollongong is particularly scenic and enjoyable to drive along. This is because the rambling route passes through the pristine wilderness of Royal National Park with idyllic beaches and imposing cliffs set alongside lush tracts of coastal rainforest. Number 2, Wattamolla Beach. Tucked away within a secluded part of Royal National Park is yet another of the New South Wales coastline's most beautiful beaches. Although it lies almost at the midway point between the city and Sydney, Wattamolla Beach is definitely well worth visiting due to its spellbinding beauty and ample outdoor activities. Protected from the rough waves of the Tasman Sea by the protruding Martin Head and Provincial Point, Wattamolla is not only home to a picturesque beach but a quiet cove and lagoon too. Only adding to the site's scenic splendor is the small waterfall that slowly cascades its way down one of the nearby cliff faces. Number 3, Nan Tien Temple. Another of Wollongong's most important landmarks is the massive and majestic Nan Tien Temple, which is set amidst some lovely grounds and gardens. Located on the southern outskirts of Wollongong, it is impressively the largest Buddhist temple complex in all the southern hemisphere. Meaning, Paradise of the Sun, in Chinese, the sprawling site was erected between 1992 and 1995 by the Taiwanese Fo Guang Shan Buddhist order. Alongside an attractive 8-story pagoda you can spy large and elaborately decorated prayer halls and landscaped gardens studded with sacred shrines and statues. Number 4, Wollongong Head Lighthouse. Perched atop of the prominent Flagstaff Point is one of the city's standout symbols and sights, the Wollongong Head Lighthouse. Set just a stone's throw away from downtown, it overlooks both the historic harbor and the glimmering waters of the Pacific Ocean. Built all the way back in 1936, it is remarkably still in use until this day with its automatic bi-colored light guiding ships, yachts and sailing boats to safety. Not only do they have to navigate the various rocky headlands that dot the coast but the small group of the 5 islands which lie just offshore. Number 5, Port Kembla Beach. Widely considered to be one of the best beaches in the area, the popular Port Kembla Beach lies just 15 minutes drive down the coast from the center. Bordered to the north by a low-lying cliff, its soft sands seemingly stretch away forever into the distance as they curve their way gently along the Tasman Sea. At the nearest part to Wollongong, visitors can find a large saltwater pool and a historic surf club which was impressively founded in 1910. While strong rips and swells abound around the northern headland, the southern stretches of the beach have much calmer spots where you can swim and wade about in rock pools. Number 6, Wollongong Botanic Garden. A very peaceful and picturesque place to amble around, the delightful Wollongong Botanic Garden can be found right at the foot of the mighty Mount Keira. Home to a huge collection of plants, flowers, trees and shrubs, it has lots of scenic sections and secluded spots for visitors to explore. First opened to the public in 1970, its sprawling site now boasts thousands of species of plants with innumerable azaleas and succulents on show alongside pretty herb, rose and woodland gardens. On top of this, you can also find several rainforest areas while a charming creek quietly meanders its way through the park and into a reflective lake. Number 7, Mount Keira Lookout. Boasting breathtaking panoramas over the city and its surroundings, Mount Keira and the rest of the Illawarra Escarpment rise up dramatically above Wollongong. In just 15 minutes drive, you can find yourself atop of the lofty mount, enjoying stunning views up and down the Pacific coast from its lovely lookout. Due to its distinctive shape and close proximity to the center, Mount Keira has long been a major local landmark. Reaching 464 meters in height, its rainforest-coated slopes are home to some great hiking trails and incredible wildlife, with the whole escarpment acting as a sacred site for the local Wodi people. Number 8. Science Space. A very fun and family-friendly place to explore, the brilliant Science Space can be found just 5 minutes drive north of downtown. Aside from its interactive exhibits, the hands-on Science Museum also has an exquisite planetarium for visitors to check out, with live experiments and demonstrations regularly taking place. Now operated by the University of Wollongong, the state-of-the-art center was first opened in 1989 and has proved to be very popular with children and adults alike ever since. Currently it contains more than 90 interesting exhibits for you to engage with that look at everything from buoyancy and dinosaurs to electricity, anatomy and nanotechnology. Number 9. Kiama Blowhole. Long a top tourist attraction, Kiama Blowhole has been attracting visitors to the area for well over a century now. Set just half an hour's drive south of the city, the impressive and awe-inspiring natural phenomenon lies on a wind-swept point right next to the center of the small coastal town of Kiama. Formed approximately 260 million years ago, the blowhole is surrounded by craggy basalt columns and dramatic rock formations, with the ferocious sea pounding the coastline just a couple of meters away. Under certain conditions, water is channeled through the narrow chasm and sprayed up to 25 meters into the air, drenching everyone and everything around it. At last in the list, number 10, North Beach. Although much shorter than its southerly neighbor, North Beach is the primary place that people in the city go to sunbathe, swim and surf. This is because it is not only backed by beautiful bluffs and big grassy spaces, but is the only local beach that is patrolled year-round by lifeguards. Ideal for families, it has lots of rock pools, wading areas and calm swimming spots for young and old alike to splash about in, while offshore waves up to 2 meters high attract surfers too. Besides strolling along the 500-meter-long beach, visitors can sunbathe, sit and enjoy a picnic or head to the nearby park and playground. Now it's time to hear from you. What's your favorite things to do in Wollongong? Is there something we missed? Let us know in the comments section below, and don't forget to give this video a like and subscribe to Greenable if you haven't already. Click the bell icon to stay updated on all our latest content.